Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first official state channel.
Why am I waving? They can't see us.
Yeah. I love how Ferry just waved at chat. It's as if I turned on the camera so anybody can see.
I'm sure they can feel it.
Hey guys, Ferry waved and I'm waving now as well. I'm sending you energy of actually waving at people. There you go. Santo is waving. Hello, Santo. That was my co-host before for State Channel
Oh.
1 Mini, so haha. Um, this is the first clan chat officially.
Yay.
Welcome, Ferry.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
hope
for inviting me.
you I feel like you're feeling at home in this new clan. We don't do much attacking or any wars.
Exactly my clan then. That's
Yeah, we're
perfect.
mega
Okay.
casual. We spam in drags and that's all we do. So Cart, would you guys like to also kind of introduce yourselves to the people that are listening for the first time?
Of course. Hello everyone. I'm Kat. I'm an admin on the server, and welcome to the first clan chat. We'll be using this opportunity to talk to our community managers about a bunch of topics that we'll get into very soon.
Yay!
Hello, guys. My name is Candor. Some people call me Candork, but you can call me Candor today. I've been in mod for the server for about 1.5 years now. It's been a great time banning all of you folks, but looking forward to talking about some topics today, and really excited to see what comes from this.
Awesome. Well, before we begin and start talking about a very serious business, I have a surprise announcement for all of you. Well, a surprise announcement. It's not an announcement. It's a surprise reveal that there is the number 3 person in the room. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. Super happy to be joining my first, clan chat on Reddit. This is Marco speaking. Hello, everyone.
Marco.
Hello, Marco.
Our great community manager. So one thing to clarify, by the way, a lot of people have asked us, wait, are you leaving? Who is staying? What's going on? And let's clarify this. All 3 of us are working on Clash of Clans. The clan chat is full now, so it's getting there. So it's 3 of us all at the same time. Marco, can you just briefly introduce yourself and how did you end up working in Clash of Clans anyway to begin with?
Yeah, sure, of course, I can do that. I see some familiar faces on chat. Hi, Doluk. What's up, man? So I've been around for a long time. I've been working with the Clash team externally since 2017. I started as a community manager, mostly for the Portuguese speaking countries, especially Brazil. And then 2 years after that, I started working more towards esports. So I'm sure many of you that have been going to the Clash of Clans World Finals, probably we chatted before. And then I kept working as a Clash of Clans esports community manager roughly for about 4 years. And then now, voila, I'm fully supporting the Clash team in-house as a Clash of Clans community manager.
Yay!
Super cool.
We abducted him after 7 years.
Yes.
Finally, we got him. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, so now we got all the introductions out of the way. I don't think me and Ferry need to introduce ourselves. We've been fooling around way too much on the videos and stuff, and we are. And we are on the poster, so whatever. So let's dive into the questions. How is this going to work, Cart? What is the format of this whole thing?
Oh, okay. So for these questions, we've gone through some of the popular posts in the game feedback channel, and we will be going through these one by one. There's about 6 topics. So we'll be going through these one by one together, along with the audience. We'll be watching chat to see if anyone has anything interesting to say about this.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. So the first question is about being able to access the account switcher within the raid, because for a lot of players, it's kind of inconvenient to come in to raid, and then you're kind of stuck just watching the other person attack your base. I think it works very conveniently in Legend League, where you can take a defense while online.
Okay, do you mean like in Clan Wars? Can you be specific?
Oh, like in multiplayer.
Oh, so wait, so you mean in multiplayer, so that you cannot so that the other person cannot watch your attack live? Can you be more specific? I didn't get the question.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, it's more like you're kind of stuck watching the other person attack you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so on the live replay, right? When you get in the game at the same time that the person is attacking you on multiplayer.
Yep.
Okay, then can you repeat the question? Then, what would be the?
Oh yes. So the question is, are there any plans to get around this? Because, for example, the Legend League system works pretty well, where you can
Yep.
take a defense while online, and
Yep.
we could actually potentially extend this to actually fix the revenge system, where you would be able to revenge other people who are online whose shields have expired.
That's a very good suggestion. And the thing is, like, for Legend League, like the system, as you know, works pretty differently, because like the game uses a screenshot of the village, so you technically are attacking a screenshot of the village of the player. But that system, it's not the same for the multiplayer attack, right? And making like a shift from using that system to the multiplayer attack, like it involves like a lot of changes in the game. But it's a very good suggestion. I cannot tell you exactly what are the technical reasons for it, but we can definitely check in with the team and share that feedback as well. That's a pretty good suggestion, though.
Yeah, if there is some follow-up from the team about this potential change or like adjustments to the system, like we can follow up with you on Discord, and then we can tell it to the community as well. So
Okay, that's fair.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I agree, and personally, sometimes I feel the same, especially when like I'm live spectating an attack on my village, and then like the player still takes extra time like planning, and it takes all of the 30 seconds plus, the almost the 3 minutes attacking. So I understand like that can be a bit frustrating that you cannot skip it. That's a very good question. We will definitely follow up.
Yeah, for sure, because the revenge system has been a contentious topic for a long time now, about it being not very usable in the game.
Yeah, I think our general manager Stuart mentioned on the AMA on Reddit that this is something that the team is thinking about for 2025.
Yep.
However, we don't have any like specific plans to share or concrete like ways to change it, but it's definitely something that the team is aware and looking into it. We also agree that revenge system could definitely have a workout, like a reworked version of it.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
All right. I guess Judo raised a fair point in chat about the loot being hard to work around, where you'll need to figure out how players can lose and gain loot on defense if that would happen. But yeah, fair point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, we could move on to the second question. If no one else anything else to add on there.
Yeah, I think we're good to move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, so the second question is about the clan system. So recently, chat was pretty revamped with having pinned messages, but are there any plans to have maybe separate tabs for co-leaders or elders to chat within leadership?
Ooh, secret officer chat.
That's interesting. I think it's an interesting suggestion, but there are no plans, as far as I know, right, to focus on making any more changes to the chat for the time being. But that's something we could definitely pitch the idea.
Yeah.
For sure, because it's quite interesting. Yeah, I think it would be very helpful for leaders and co-leaders to chat about the clan.
Discussing clan chat on clan chat. This is like so meta. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like in other games when I played, like I remember we used you can create like channels and roles almost with people, so you can write messages to those specific ones. I don't know how complex that would be for Clash of Clans. It would be a little bit very fiddly to kind of like mess around with those settings, but
True.
I can imagine having just another tab for officers, I guess, if you want to enable that. But again, that's another extra layer of UI and additional backend work, so it's not like as straightforward as you would think, especially with just like that whole system being very, very old.
True.
So
There is something
Yep.
something I do want to bring up about this though specifically. I think a lot of people can relate to this when they say that talking in game isn't always worthwhile. / it's doesn't really bring people in. I feel like I've talked to people on Discord and they were like, I just talk in Discord and then I'll play the game by myself, but we don't really use clan chat. So I feel like there's some hidden thing that's needed for clan chat to kind of bring players in to use the feature again, because I think that it's just needing some kind of oomph to it, if you will.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, we agree 100%. I mean, I think we all can relate, right? Like, as for example, as when I first started playing Clash back in 2015, one of the things that really got me in love with the game at the beginning was the social aspect, and I think the team understands and feels the same way. And improving, features that boost this social experience for players is definitely something that the team, is thinking about. Whether it's clan chat or different social features or improvement of different social features in the game, it's definitely something that gives, that aligns with this good experience that Clash of Clans can bring to players.
Yeah.
And someone said add voice chat. Never. Just so you all know.
Yes.
That's a nightmare.
And no global chat as well, by the way. No
global voice chat when?
No.
Global voice chat.
Let's
There we go.
go.
Now we're getting
That's
somewhere.
meta.
1 million
Oh my
people
gosh.
talking at the same time. You wanted back the original chat? Guess what? Voice global chat. Oh boy. Obviously a lot of space to explore. Like I would love to explore just like the potential of chat and like making it easier. I think the problem is also lays down in a lot of people playing the game on the phone. And the moment you tap the box like writing screen, the whole game, like the whole keyboard takes over like half of the screen of your game. And then you're like, oh boy, am I ready to write now? It's time to write a novel. It's like kind of feels like you're doing some serious business. So that's kind of like also like discouraging to be like just write stuff into the game itself. So that's kind of drives people away from it as well. So yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. But we agree that clan chat is definitely one of the features that actually gives a good experience to everyone when it comes to social. To the social aspect, and it's definitely something that is pretty old, like Fled mentioning.
Yep. Also, by the way, Cart, is this voice chat, is this session going to be recorded as well?
Oh, it is being recorded at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Because Marco is taking like notes as we speak to bring it to the team. But I think if we have a recording, then we can just re-listen on YouTube or something with chapters, and then we can just bring it to the team directly. So we need to write notes on the fly.
Perfect.
Oh, we actually have a mod taking note also. Hi, Jam.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
that's
better.
perfect. Yes, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Right,
I think
let's go to
Novin. Yeah, actually, on the same question, I think Novin raised a pretty good idea in chat where you could have notifications if you got pinged in chat, because at the moment, if you get pinged and you're offline, you kind of miss that message completely.
Yep. Yeah, push notifications with like mentions.
All right, are we ready to go on to the next topic?
Yeah, I guess I can, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go on to our third one then, which is going to be a choosing sorting method in the clan list for like an alphabetical or ranked by trophies. Someone brought up that it's the new filter system for finding clans has kind of spoiled traffic for like a request and go clan, for example. What are our thoughts about how people are finding clans these days and how that might affect some things such as that.
So we agree that and I'm sure like you mean for the clans, like the new clan notice board search, right? So it's true that we could add more like search criterias. And we understand how like not having these like trophies, for example, requirement, it actually it makes the clan search and the notices a bit less effective, because it doesn't allow clans to actually find the best players for them, and also players on the same way not finding the best clans for them. And this is something that the team is aware. This is something that we already shared previously, because it was something that the community has been talking about related to clan notice and how like some things that we could improve. So yes, on that the team is aware. I don't know for sure what's the plan to fix it, or when would it be fixed or added in this case, but the team is definitely aware. Regarding how clan notices work, so to be honest, like it's not working as best as possible as we intended, because we understand like that was some community feedback regarding some clans not so there was like the spectrum was very long, so in a way like some clans would get a lot of new members, while some other clans didn't get any members at all. And we did release a communication in the past addressing this, that the team is aware that clan notices are not like being as effective as intended. This is of course this is related to several factors. For example, one is of course probably we needed to add more matching criterias to filter and to make sure like the searches are fitting fitting and filtering as well the best player pool. And also our metrics that we set in game, or logic, probably needed some workaround and more improvement on that sense to fix these issues where some clan notice boards that, for example, that appear on board gets a lot of players, but whilst the clan notice from clans that appears on the bottom of the clan notice search didn't get any players at all. So there's like this big difference and big gap between how clan notices perform, and it's also impacting on the players' experience and how well can players find the best clans and vice versa. So the team is aware, and we are definitely looking into improving the clan notices to make it as more efficient to you guys.
Okay, that's great.
All right, does my mic sound better now to you guys?
You sound like a robot now. Wow.
Yeah,
You sound like Terminator. Yeah, that's better. But
You sound like a robot.
yeah.
Love that. Love that.
That's
And
perfect.
robot. Everyone.
Man, doing it live, it's always more fun.
Yeah, a lot to learn, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the stuff about the clan notice is pretty good, because there's been a ton of feedback about it, and it works really well for some people, and for some clans it doesn't work as well. But I believe overall it's still better than the previous recruitment system, which was almost unusable in a way, where
Yep.
you would only be recommended a very short group of clans that may or may not have been relevant to you, and especially if you were new to the game, you wouldn't know how to filter for what you wanted.
Yo, we will take the 50% W. It's okay. And then build on top of that to make
Yes.
it 100% later over time. So yeah.
Yes, but we are definitely we definitely agree. The team definitely agrees that it needs some improvements.
Yep.
We just need to find out how to improve it. But yes, we are definitely in agreement here.
Yeah.
All right. Candor, is your mic working, or should I take the next question?
Yep, I'm around. I am
All right.
okay.
Okay,
Just lovely trying to figure out awesome speaker situation. Hopefully, sounds better now, though.
Yeah, it
it's good
does.
now.
does.
Awesome. All right, so we are on our 5th topic, are we not? Or
Wow.
Fourth question.
All right, perfect.
Fourth question. Yeah. So the next question is about a potential. Kendall, I can hear the
Yep, go
echo
for it, bro.
again.
I'm trying to find it right now. Sorry.
Okay, so I'll just continue. The next question is about a potential trophy or XP road in the game, similar to how one would see in Clash Royale, Squad Busters, or Brawl Stars, where players have more motivation to actually keep pushing through trophies or through XP levels in terms of progression.
Yeah, we brought this up actually. I think Kendor, you're echoing us again. Okay, now you're muted. Okay. Yeah, I brought this up. And I think Stuart directly replied actually. I think having like these like long-term, very like exponential growth kind of like paths is not really productive for anyone long term. Like, I think the system that is currently in, which is like the XP that players have, like the the blue XP that everybody's chasing. Well, not everybody, but like the people that actually have like a long-term motivation for, is kind of like in a way almost impossible to catch up to. So it's something that's like the longer you play, the more of stuff you have, and it's possible to kind of get a fair balance almost at all. Like so it feels like we need a completely new system in the game, which is kind of like rewarding people that are playing the game really well. And if you've been playing the game for a long time, you can show that off without like having this hard number of like, oh, like I am like 100 and something and you are like 10, and it's like that's the measurement. I think there should be like a much more visual like cosmetic indicator or like a slash collection indicator of some sort, where like people are kind of like able to show that off, that they're being like an old school player, rather than just like a number next to your name, which to me is not like kind of almost like a fair way to show that off. But I don't know how you guys feel about the XP levels now, the player levels.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Kendall, you're echoing again. Mute yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Nope. You're echoing.
Apologies about the echoing. I'm not sure if it's my end or whoever else's, but yes.
Just mute the mic.
Good deal.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
it should.
Yeah.
No, it's better. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I feel the same way. For example, I think like my XP level is, I think it's over 230. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, but it got to a point that so it gets very interesting at the beginning as a new player, but then it's missing some type of like rewarding effects in the XP, right? Because it gets to a point that you just keep grinding, you keep playing, but there's no rewarding factor. But like Vlad mentioned, it's a difficult feature to tackle, because we will need to build a new, like an entire new system, new AI for the XP, and that takes quite the development time. But we are still, I think we still need to figure out how would you do it.
Yeah, and I think the XP in the beginning works as a let me grind this to get some gems, but then it becomes more of like achievement kind of thing.
Yeah.
It shifts the way you approach the XP. So I think that's a harder one to tackle for sure. But the trophy road, I think I'm not sure if Stuart tackled that one in the AMA, but I think it's an interesting idea. Yes, our games are not bunch of our games use the trophy road to I think reward you for keep pushing trophies, and I think that's super cool, to be honest. I think that's an interesting approach. So it's definitely something we can bring up with the team and see how they feel about it as well. But again, that's a pretty intense and complicated implementation, I would say, because that will require a lot of changes, not just only UI and implementation of the game, but also economy-wise, right? So it's a big deal to make that kind of change. So it is not something to take lightly. But again, it's still an interesting idea for sure.
Yeah, I honestly would prefer like an achievement system
Yeah,
Just
a
like
proper
something,
one.
something
Yeah.
that's like, not this one, which is like just like milestone of like earn 2 billion gold. Wow, and then you get the thing, right? Like it's just very grindy. It feels like it kind of ends up being this kind of like a very, very low, slow grind. And I understand that like the road vibe is kind of like maybe sounds the right way to do it, but then again, like how do you let people that are good at a game kind of almost catch up in a way? So it's like I don't know. It's a balancing thing.
Exactly.
I personally would love to see like a much better achievement system overall in the game, which is like just like a set of challenges that are really hard, or like long-term kind of stuff. That'll be really sweet.
I agree.
But again, it's a balancing act. So yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear that you're thinking about this in the future release.
Yep.
Kandor, would you like to lead the next question?
Yes, I would. Is it still echoey on my end though?
Let's see. Yep, you're echoing so hard. Oh no.
Awesome. All right. Well, then I will go on mute. I'm going to leave voice chat. Invite me back, please.
All right. Give this a second.
Rigged. Yeah.
It's rigged.
Definitely rigged.
All playing.
So, how was your day? How is Helsinki right now?
Cold, getting colder.
Yes.
Getting colder. Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Getting ready for Superfest.
Yeah.
Gotta get that snow in before everybody comes.
Do you expect it to snow when Superfest starts?
I don't know.
No, it's too early in November. I already
Yeah.
checked the prediction as well. It's too early in November.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
This year was
That's
later.
great. That's great.
It was.
Supercell,
It
that's why
was.
it's-
Yeah. Last year it was next to the end of November, so that's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
we got a lot of
right.
snow.
Oh, okay, yeah, I totally forgot there was different time. Okay, got it. Yeah.
So you'll get the cold, but you won't
And
get
the rain as
snow.
well. So
yeah.
get ready to get wet and cold.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, because last year I was just slipping around everywhere because I didn't bring any boots, just sneakers, and I didn't expect it to snow. And then the moment I landed in Helsinki, I saw snow and I was like, oh, it's actually over for me. I'm going to slip everywhere.
Yep. Yep. Skate down.
Okay, is Kandor back? Can we hear him?
I am back now. Not on
okay,
speaker
okay.
anymore.
All right. Okay, let's go.
Sounds good now.
Woohoo!
Okay, awesome. Noted for future reference. Perfect. All right, so love that. Thank you for your patience, all. So next topic will be the drop out of Legend League button. This has been brought up by our one and only Jam, and I think some of us, or a lot of us, can admit that whenever we're pushing trophies, that when we get into Legends, that sometimes it's accidental and we don't always want to be there. Or sometimes we're in Legend League and we just want to go out of Legend League altogether.
Yeah.
So it's been brought to our attention that it would be awesome to have a drop out of Legend Leagues button, which would allow you to instantly remove yourself from the league, essentially.
Wait, this is mind blowing to me. I'm gonna just as a casual observer paint this like angle of this request. So, hey guys, I'm too good at this game. I've been pushing
Well,
this.
it was
thing
Jam.
hard. What's happening? Like, and it's like, like I want to leave this place. It's too competitive. Like, what's happening? Marco, can you paint a picture of this request? What is this? Where's this coming from? I don't get it.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and I felt like air quoting the struggle here, because, for example, like when it times you like there are some times when you want to keep a certain trophy range, right? Which is, for example, between like 4,000 to 5,000, for example, let's put it this way. And then, of course, when you reach the trophy the trophy range for Legend League, the game kind of in a way forces you to sign up to Legend League to attack, right?
Sure.
So that's the thing. Like when you get to that certain trophy range, it's very hard for you to keep doing multiplayer attacks without actually signing up for Legend League. So this is like why this is why the card is mentioning the sign up button league. But then we also have cases where you are pushing but then you also, the players sometimes want to go to lower trophies for several reasons. Sometimes it's because I don't know, you want to just farm, right? Let's say we have like a new update,
Yeah.
new upgrade levels, and
Okay.
and you want more loot. So usually more loot you can get from lower trophy leagues, right? Then
yeah.
and it's very tricky, because if that happens while you're pushing legends, and let's say like you are, I don't know, you are a very good trophy pusher and you have like over 6,500 trophies, it's like you need to like use a lot of time to lose battles on purpose until you
Okay.
drop until like 5,000.
Right.
No, until you drop to 4,999, right?
For
Um,
4,800, isn't it?
Yeah.
4,800. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Just kidding.
So so I understand, like it adds a lot of steps, right, for something that should be more easier, to opt in and opt out. And like we know that this is not the ideal experience for players that want to grind, or at least it's not ideal experience. We are not kind of giving the easy choice between pushing and stop pushing. This is something that it's a, let's put it this way, it's a very old request, and the team is actually aware of this. Legend, like this comes into the bucket of Legend League improvements, right? That the team has in mind. But we don't know, like we don't know when would this be fixed, or whether the team actually wants to fix this, because it's even though it sounds easy to add like this a simple button, for example, to opt out, this like requires a lot of changes in both UI, logic, matchmaking, for example. So it's definitely something that the team is aware of the feedback on this, but it's something that the team like needs to properly think about. Whether it's something that we should use our development time to fix, or whether there's or whether it's something that we should leave for later.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. While on the topic of Legend League, I guess there's a bit more stuff we could talk about. For example, recently towards the top of the leaderboards, there's been some issues with Wintrading, where players might actually manipulate lower defenses for themselves to get higher in the trophies. Have you considered perhaps anonymizing player names and hiding maybe decorations or their clan name, their username at the top, like maybe above a certain trophy range, to anonymize these players so that this issue doesn't keep popping up?
Yeah, there have been several discussions about this, but we are not 100% sure, because this is not just community management, right? This is more specific to our trust and safety and fair play team. So this is something that involves a lot of people, like many different teams. But I'm sure there's a reason why, for example, that idea wasn't like this, or I'm sure there's a reason why this wasn't like implemented, but we just don't know why.
Let's follow up on that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think this talk will be heard also by some of the team members as well.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't, like, we will take the notes that you guys take and we'll bring them up from our side to the team again, just to refresh their memory. Maybe there is a development going on and we're just not aware of like what's going to happen.
Yeah, like I said, it involves several teams.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is something like we can answer.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. And also related to Legend League from a more competitive aspect, how do you feel about hard mode in the game, and do you see it being integrated into Legend League eventually?
Should it?
I mean, to Legend League, so first, like the team sees it's like being integrated in different parts of the game and not just during friendly challenges. But then, for example, we even like talk about like the possibility of maybe CWL or other parts of the game which it's more competitive.
Yeah.
But we don't know exactly like how would that work, or if that would actually be possible to integrate in Legend League. But it's something that we can also like check with the team.
Is it more of a fact that like hard mode is still not like a fully polished mode, right? Like it's like I feel like we've taken only 2 iterations on it so far, and I think we wanna do this very carefully and really well, like make that mode like really actually meaningful and what it is supposed to do it really well, and then once we're in like a good spot, we can actually start applying it across the board and but other places. But so far, I feel like it's almost still in like almost like a kind of soft beta phase in a way. Right?
Yeah, and we already confirmed, right, that the World Finals will be played hard mode. I think it would be a great test to see how this is played competitive in a high level.
Yeah.
Correct.
So it'd be a good indication as well how to proceed with hard mode, because as Frame said, it's a new feature, it's still being adjusted and everything. So before rolling out to every player, it's going to impact millions of players.
Yeah.
We have to be sure that's in the right state to do it.
Yeah.
And again, if it's rolled out again, it's probably going to be rolled out like 2. I think that's the issue. It can't be something you can obtain or out. I think that's an issue. You create another matchmaking pool, so you start to divide players as well. So when you do this, it has to be in the right way and the right time. So yeah, but again, super cool suggestions as always. Something we can definitely bring up to the team.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I guess we can move on to the next question.
All right, so last but not least, we'll have our treasure chest loot situation. So someone brought up that it would be awesome to incorporate the treasure loot into normal raids going forward for like future iterations, or just in general something to look forward to when doing raids. Is there some way that could be incorporated for other things? What are your thoughts on the treasure loot in general for raiding?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
No more treasure chests for you. That's all you got, guys.
Don't even say the word anymore.
Exactly. Like, what do you mean?
No, that's a great question. And to be fair, I think we even talked about this during the what's the name of the at the end of the day. It's not the Builder's Hut.
Builder's Hut, yes.
Yeah, about bringing chests to other parts of the game. And we're in this stage and now we're analyzing like exactly that. Where in the game we're going to do that. So at the moment we can't say it's going to be either, as I said, raids, clan wars, the gold pass track, whatever it is. So it's a bit early, not too early, but early to be talking about this. But we're definitely exploring different places in the game to add chests because we see that everyone liked opening them. It was a very interesting experience and everyone got a lot of cool stuff. So, and everyone loved the Magic Snacks as well. So we're definitely exploring that for sure.
Awesome.
Okay. How about this, guys? Listen, guys. Hey, guys. Yo, guys.
Yes.
Let's do this. I want Discord community to do a vote or like some kind of feedback, like a massive. Let's do like a little Google form or something. I don't know, some kind of like easiest voting option, like as to
like a message.
Yeah, like some kind of like vote. Where do you want treasure chests to show up in the game moving forward? Like in which part of the game? Like where would you like to see them the most? Like maybe top 3 choices, and you guys can deliver that to us and see like what the result is. I'm curious. I'm actually curious. Where does the community actually expect these things to show up?
Yeah.
Because we're still like not like locked in with these. Like we can still
exactly.
like and I would love to hear like maybe some original ideas as to like how we can add these in a creative way. Because
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that would be really cool. So if you guys can organize like a little poll or whatever it is to kind of like vote on like a stack rank like the most popular stuff and deliver that to us, then we can go back to the team and be like, yo, the community on Reddit and Discord are like super hyped to get more chests in this spot in the game. That'll be sweet. Because that's like a very direct influence of the community onto like the dev team to bring these into the game more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot whenever you host community-based polls and you kind of let the the game or the players of the game speak for the game itself for the direction based on just ideas. Like obviously you guys are coming up with the features and stuff, but I think stuff like this, players really feel validated whenever they can give their opinion and it actually means something too.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's nice to like get a new feature into the game, but what matters is to also like improve it over time, just like Marco mentioned. Like the clan notice boards, again, not like 100% W, but who makes 100% W feature on the first try? I don't know. I don't know who does it. So we gotta continue improving. So yeah. Is that all? That's all the questions?
Those were the gathered feedbacks for today. Didn't want to overload you guys entirely. I did want to leave a few questions up for the community, just in case they wanted to ask you guys something specific. That's obviously reasonable. Otherwise, if there's anything that you guys want to add, or just tell us, whenever stuff is coming, or all of that. No.
I can tell you that Superfest is coming November 1st.
Yes.
To November 3rd.
And we highly recommend definitely watch it online. We don't recommend do it.
Events.supercell.com.
Yeah. Go to events.supercell.com, but also some social channels as well, because we're gonna have some cool stuff for everyone. Even if you're not there, you're still gonna be able to enjoy some stuff. You should be there. That's all we can say for now.
We are preparing something cool for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Be there.
It's gonna be worth your time.
Be there or be square. Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you. For before we finalize stuff, I just want to say thank you guys for taking your time and energy to join us today, and for enduring my obvious mic issues. But I'm very, very happy that you guys were excited to, be a part of this and to speak to the community today. But was there anything else that you guys wanted to add or speak about today regarding the topics we went over?
Not so far.
Yeah, no, just super cool doing this. So looking forward to the next ones.
Yeah,
and your mic issues were the highlights of the
absolutely. I had to add a little bit of razzle dazzle to it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hear about this every day.
Great.
Hey.
Let's see if there's any audience questions, because we still have about 10 minutes before we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Wildcard's looking for questions. What is something, or going forward, what can you tell the players of the community what to expect, if you will, from this? I mean, obviously this is a new concept for us to have stages, but what is something that you want this to become, or for the players to experience whenever they join?
Well, I mean, just like Reddit has its AMAs, I think Discord should have its own stage channels, and it should be a perfect opportunity for you to ask questions and to highlight what the pain points of the game are, at the current moment. And that is going to be kind of projected onto the game team directly as well. So every time we talk about any certain topic, we can then follow it up and have a proper discussion about what we can actually do about certain topics. So it directly influencing the game is our kind of ultimate goal with all of these conversations. For example, Stuart today was talking about the AMA and how much we shared, and how people are excited about the upcoming content now and that kind of stuff. And even though I think one thing important is that even though you get no direct or 100% we're working on this, or we're fixing this right now, it's still important to bring up, because it kind of highlights how the community feels overall. And I think, for example, if you have these kind of topics that you're bringing up that are very niche, that's also a good indicator that the overall game itself is doing pretty well. As a game, it's overall. And so we can focus on these little things and tweaks that we can improve on, instead of having this huge moment where we need to kind of almost have a bigger address of the community. So I think this is actually very important because that's what's gonna make the game be better 5% by 5% instead of like major
Absolutely.
leaps, right? So
Yeah.
Okay, I found a question from Elle where she's asking about the friend experience within the game. Since a few months ago we were able to select our own usernames, do we see that being integrated into Clash on the friend list at least to be able to search other people by their Supercell ID username?
Ooh, that's a question for the Supercell ID team.
it is. Well, is
uh,
it or is it the game team? Because I think there's a connection between the Supercell ID and the game team and kind of like merging those at some point, right? Right? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Surely.
yeah, I will link this specific clip to the SCID team to see what they
Yeah.
think. But no, yeah. So wait.
Hopefully they're going
Okay.
to hear my mic issues.
So by the way, in Squad, for example, when you link your SCID, your username becomes your SCID, basically, pretty much. So it kind of becomes one thing, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but I think like,
Yeah.
but if I'm not mistaken, I think we allowed once there was like this one chance to you to actually write your own select your own username for the SCID. I think we did it once. If I'm
No,
not
that's
mistaken.
fine. No, that's not my point. My point is, does your in-game username become your SCID in Squad? I think it does.
It does, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is one thing.
And in
Yeah.
Brawl Stars now too.
Yeah, Browsers has it, Squad has it.
Yeah.
That's so, as far as I know. Nobody else. No
Right.
other game.
Yet.
I think the problem with Clash of Clans is that obviously the game was built before SCID even existed. So how does one like basically kind of like merge those two things together? It's a little bit more complicated than I think what anticipated. I think people have been asking for that for a long time anyway. But again, one thing to kind of like ask, is it even technically doable, or do we need to like revamp the whole profile system in the game,
Yeah.
right?
It's a
Because we don't even know if that actually supports the Supercell ID backend to kind of like force almost a username on you.
yeah. We definitely should bring that to the team because it could be a much bigger project than it sounds, right?
Yeah, because
So,
you have your player ID, right? And
Yeah.
then like player ID is connected to your username, like is to your kind of game name. And then like there is SCID, which is kind of like has a different thing.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a certain kind of almost like a merge situation going on, which is, yeah, it could be from like a user experience, for especially players that have been playing the game for like 12 years, like it would be very confusing if you choose a wrong choice.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then you're like, oh, wait, what? No, bring me back my old username, that kind of situation, right? So that's something to be mindful of for a game that's like so old. But yeah,
No, that's a great feedback. Yeah.
I think Cart has been asking me, and other guys have been asking me for the ID for like ages now. So
Yeah.
let's actually bring this up. I mean, obviously we talked about this, but I think there's some developments on SCID as well.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Ooh. Okay, that's fair. And a few months ago we had the hero event where you could use heroes while upgrading. Do we see that coming back anytime soon?
Stuart answered this one, right?
He did. Yeah. During the
Oh,
AMA.
oh.
Yeah. I
Oops,
think.
I guess I missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, short answer, no. We don't have anything in the horizon or any plans whatsoever to bring back the event at the time for the time being. Yeah. So
All right.
sorry,
Yeah.
there's no sugarcoating this. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I'm seeing. Oh, the API. Wait, I guess Stuart talked about that too. But there is, I mean, the API. Do we see changes on the horizon in the coming months? Or are we still looking for maybe a greater team expansion before that's something that can be focused on?
Yeah, because there is no like a singular developer that can take a look at this and like spend time doing it, at least for now.
Yeah.
Because like would you rather have a new game feature, new game content versus like an API? I mean, it sounds a little bit, brutal, but it is true. Like it is very time consuming to do such pass to the game.
Okay, that's fair. I guess we're about to hit time for today.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think you can
Let's see.
answer
Any other
at least one
questions?
more.
Yeah, let's go with one more. Something
Okay,
fun.
something interesting. Give me a second. I'm just watching chat to see if there's something interesting.
Come on, chat. Help us
Come
out
on,
here.
chat.
Yeah.
Give us something interesting.
I love these.
New Supertroops. Do you guys have plans for, I don't know, maybe the Super Golem coming in, or maybe a few more interesting ideas over there in the near future?
I think Stuart mentioned it on the AMA as well. So like Super Troops is definitely something that the team wants to work on. For example, whether it's like rebuilding, the Super Troop barracks, or even like coming up with new Super Troops. But it's something that's like the team is aware and on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been asking for a Super A Dragon for a long time, so
Yeah, Super Dragon.
Come
When?
on.
What? Like, I feel like it's so underpowered. Like, we need a better one. Like the one from our TikTok that does like unlimited chains and stuff.
yeah, but they've been very resistant with that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
No Super Golem that that becomes the mountain golem from Clan Capital, smashing everything through his paths,
yeah.
and like barely unkillable. almost.
mountain. That makes sense. The golem getting to the sauna and getting out like as big as the village.
Buffed.
Sure. Yeah,
How
makes
cool
sense.
would
Makes
that
sense.
be?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
But yes, but that's something that the team is aware,
Yeah.
and like it's on, like Stuart mentioned, is on the plans for 2025, like at
Yeah.
least doing something regarding Super Troops.
Of course. And I think
Yeah.
like cooler events overall and cooler stuff to do in game like is obviously looked at. Like just a few hours ago we were talking about how do we make like events spicier and more interesting and stuff like that. So any feedback about medal events, like mini medal events or whatever you guys feel like it, let us know. Like it's totally on the table. Like,
Yeah, or even like ideas of like new cool events that you like to see in the game.
Yeah.
right? Like you
have like a crazy event concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have like a Reddit tag now with like ideas and suggestions, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Oh yeah. So in terms of events, do you see more collaborations in the future?
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
What it will be,
Yeah.
you have to wait to
yeah,
see. But
TBD.
definitely, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely yes. For
needs to
more
be
collabs.
cool.
Yeah,
It needs to
exactly.
be something surprising and also like it doesn't have to necessarily make sense, but it needs to be like something that's like, oh, this is like unexpected gameplay and it's really, really cool. Like feels awesome. So I feel like yeah, and the team always thinks about how do we make this special, like feel special,
Exactly.
right? So
It's coming.
it's coming. We're cooking.
We're cooking, yeah,
Let us
no.
cook.
Yeah, next year will be very special. I promise you that.
Especially now that there's 3 of us, so we can do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure. Yeah, whatever you guys say. Yeah.
Your secrets.
You've heard that song before. Yeah.
Love that.
I mean, I do. I agree. I believe you guys. Yeah. Let's see. Kando, do you see anything interesting in chat?
Last thing I was going to bring up. So, I mean, we already touched on this a little bit, but I just wanted to rehash this. The whole clan feature, talking to, obviously Global's not in the game anymore. People have brought up that they would like to be able to have like a private chat on Clash with their friends through Clash of Clans, or perhaps a Supercell ID friend. Is there a way that could be integrated into the game to message them on said gaming platform?
I really liked the feature where you could use a chat in, I think in Moco. There was an option to chat with people directly from SCID. Was it? Am I crazy? There was
I
like
never played that one, no.
I think Moco at some point had like an experimental version where you can chat with your SCID friends directly. That was cool. So like I can see that happening, but yeah.
Right. I feel like that would enable appropriate conversations happening, and obviously you wouldn't have any unwanted conversations because you would always be confirming who you're talking to in that situation. Just as a security feature or to make it more family friendly, if you will.
Yeah. Again, like I think the legacy, the fact that like the chat in the game itself is so old and needs so much love.
Yeah.
It might be quote unquote easier. Not like nothing is easy, but yeah, having a way to utilize SCID at some point to have that relationship. What is my dream feature, and I'm talking this like totally as my dream again. Like this is not like something that people are working on. But I would love to like schedule like a game sessions on SCID. So for example, like I invite you as my friend to be like, yo, like let me send you like a meeting invite or like a calendar invite and be like, let's make sure that we are all together online at the same time at this time in Clash of Clans, and let's play together. That would be sweet. Or like Brawl Stars or like a squad, and like you can kind of like sync your time to play together with each other, because that's something that's kind of missing. Like you're like gonna show up and you just check who's online, and then if nobody's online, you have much lower chance to play the game. But if
Right.
you have like an opportunity to kind of sync up with your friends and be like, hey, yo, like let's play at like 3 p.m. UTC, it just automatically converts your time zone. We have the technology to do it. To kind of like ask a player, are you going to be online at that time? And then when it's like 30 minutes or 15 minutes before it kind of happens, you get a push notification, and you kind of like can play together and kind of have fun together. That would be really sweet. I would love to have
That
that.
sounds cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Agreed.
But again, nothing that like the guys are working on. But I hope SCID team listens to this. Hello, I want this. This is a feature request. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I can dream, but that'll be sweet. And again, doesn't require like chat. It's just a pop-up. Are you going to show up tonight at 3? Yes, no.
Yes or no.
And that's it. Like that's the whole thing. Would be nice. But yeah. Thank you guys for hosting this clan chat. This was amazing.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Sure, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And
All right, well, I think we can probably wrap up with that then. I think we had a good amount of questions and additional questions from the community as well. But I think we can look forward to having another one of these, though, for sure in the future. Cart, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's all for now. I'm just going to go and stop the recording.